Okay, all good, should be fine. Hi guys, Jonathan here as usual, and today we're talking about something that I don't know, it's not that original. I already saw a lot of videos about this subject, so something like you only need one lens, you only need two lenses, you only need three lenses. In my opinion, in my case especially, it's two lenses, as you read in the title, and it's this one, the Lumix 20mm f1.7. I don't know if it's focusing. Yes, no, yes, probably yes. And I usually pair it with this ND filter, like a cheap one from KNF Concept. From like I got it on Amazon for, I mean, for cheap. I don't remember exactly the price, but still, I usually pair it with this because because I use it basically, and because it looks good. It gives it a bit of dimension, a bit of structure, because it's a very tiny lens. It's a pancake lens. So yes, the first one was the 20mm, as I said, and the second one is this one, that is the 14 to 140, always by Lumix. This one is a variable aperture lens. It's not like a pro lens. It's a it's a kit lens. If it's not a pro lens, it's almost a kit lens actually, because it's not pricey, but still it's a bit above the usual kit lens price, so you can find it for like 300 or 400 euros, while the 20mm usually you can find it for 180, 200 euros used. I'm always talking about used gear because basically I only buy used gear, so yes, it's like this. So talking about these two lenses, what I wanted to say is that in my opinion, with these two lenses you can do a bit of everything. And yeah, little disclaimer that I should have done before and I'm doing it now. I'm obviously talking to people who are not like professional, in the sense that you need like professional gear, or that you do something very specific, like, I don't know, sports photography, macro photography, product photography, all this kind of stuff. I mean, if you are someone like this, you need probably more than three lenses, or you need different lenses according to your needs, of course, to the job that you have to do. I'm talking in this case for everyone, yeah, for normal people who approach photography, or for people like me who are into photography, who have been practicing photography for, I don't know, for years, and are, I don't know, making videos on YouTube or posting on Instagram or doing their own thing. And I'm also talking to people who do street photography, because especially one of the two lenses, in my opinion, is perfect for street photography. I'm getting there. And yeah, so the disclaimer is about this basically. So starting with, guys, just wanted to show you this, maybe you don't know it, and it's quite normal because it's not famous everywhere. It's called Guaraná. It's a drink from Brazil. I just like it. Just wanted to talk about this. It's very sweet. It comes from a plant that is very weird. That I mean, the fruits of Guaraná look like eyes. I'm putting a picture here, and yeah, it's good, guys. If you had the occasion, try it, because it's good. This is like the perfect product placement. Guaraná people, if you are watching this video, you are of course watching this video, sponsor me, because I mean, I showed the can here. So jokes apart, starting with the 20mm, usually I pair this lens with my Lumix GX80 that is here, was here, I don't know where did I put it. Okay, it's here. So now I have my 55mm by Fujinon on it, a vintage lens. I didn't include this one in the two lenses because I use it less, even if I was using it before, but still, I'm using it less. Of course, it's a manual lens, it's a vintage lens, it gets you results that are different from the results that you get with electronic lenses. And yeah, this will be the third lens. But usually I pair this lens with my Lumix GX80, so like this, not counting the 55 behind. And it's quite a small package. It's good, as I said, for street photography. It's good for, in my opinion, this kind of lens that is for those of you who don't know about the focal length in Macro Four Thirds and stuff. I mean, this is a 20mm. It means that in full frame terms it's a 40mm, so it's right between 35 and 50. And it's good in my opinion because I call it my domestic lens. It's the lens that I take with me when I mean, especially when I visit places that I already know, or when I go to, for example, when I go to Lisbon, because now I'm living a bit outside Lisbon, even if I am in Lisbon basically every day, because when I go to work, I work in Lisbon. But still, I'm a bit outside, so when I want to do some street photography in Lisbon or here in Costa da Caparica, that is my town, at the moment, I usually go out with just this lens, because I mean, these are places that I already know. I already know what can I get and what I can't get with this lens. So in terms of distance, focal length, angle, this kind of stuff. So yeah, in my opinion, well, a lens like this, that is, as I said, a 40mm in full frame terms, it's perfect for this kind of needs, for street photography, especially in places that you already know, so you don't so you don't risk of missing photo opportunities because you only have a 20mm in this case. And then the second lens is, as I said before, the 14-240. This is a super zoom. Basically, it's a 10 per zoom, so it starts from 14 and ends at 140, and in full frame terms it's 28 to 280, so you can imagine that it's I mean, you can cover basically everything. It's not super wide, and I mean on the wider end, it's not super tight on the tighter end, but in general, I mean, it's pretty, yeah, the range is pretty wide in my opinion, so you can get basically everything. I mean, I used it last year when I went to the Azores, and as I said before, that one, the 20mm, is the domestic lens, while this is the travel lens for me. And talking about travels, I used it in the Azores last year, and I basically did everything with only this lens. I didn't even use the 20mm, even if I carried it with me, of course, because you never know, guys. It's always better to take more than one lens, especially if you are traveling to a place that you're seeing once in a lifetime, basically. I mean, I can get back there, so, but still, I mean, it's always better to, yeah, to cover this kind of possibility, this kind of risks. And yeah, so I used it in the Azores. I took some of my favorite pictures with this lens. I used it in the Oceanario here in Lisbon, and you could think that the Oceanario is a place in which you can use also a lens like 20mm, and it's partially true. At the same time, these are places, especially when we involve animals, that can be animals that walk on the earth, on the ground, or animals who swim in the water. In both cases, you need something that is, I mean, that gives you a bit more possibilities, because you never know if you are literally very close to an animal, or if you are seeing it from a distance, and this can happen in all of these environments. I mean, this talking about animals, talking about travels, as I said, because I consider it my travel lens. I used it in the Azores, I took it with me in Italy, and also, yeah, in other like little trips here and there in Portugal. And yeah, I always like the results. In my opinion, it's pretty sharp. It's not, I mean, some people say that on the tighter end it's a bit less sharp, but in my opinion it's not. I mean, it's enough, guys. If you follow this if you've been following this channel for more time, you already know what is my way of thinking, talking about pro lenses, cheap lenses, all this kind of stuff. It always depends on who's using this gear. I'm not using super fancy gear, and at the same time I'm quite happy with the results that I get, and I mean, I hope that other people like it. Some people already told me that they like my results, so I think that it's not always about the price of the gear that you have. So in these cases, I mean, I'm talking about two lenses that are not, I mean, you can't find them for 50 euros, at the same time you can find them for like 1,000 euros. It's something, yeah, in between, something that is not particularly expensive, not particularly cheap, but still it's cheap enough for most people pockets. Let's say like this. So yeah, just to conclude, these two lenses cover basically 95% of my needs, and when I need something different, a different look, I also have the Fujinon 55mm, the one that I showed before that was attached to the GX80, and yeah, but I mean, apart from this, I usually use one of these two lenses, and they cover everything that I do. And yeah, that's it, guys. So always remember that it's not always about the price. Thanks for watching, and I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you enjoyed this video, hit the like button, comment, let me know if you have one of these lenses, if you use other setups or this kind of stuff. And yeah, see you here on the channel in the next video. Bye, guys.